like couples working the business, but that was like the extent of it. But yeah, I'd love to talk about kind of my experience at Summit and everything afterwards.
For sure. That's awesome. I heard, yeah, the couples one I was at was great, but I heard that there was some like male sessions only, and I heard they were amazing. Ideally, I would love for my husband to attend that next year.
Yeah, looking back, that's how I am next year as well. I want to make sure that I hit some of those up. So being like Molly and I's first Summit, we just went in and hit what we could, and that was about it.
For sure. That first Summit, you're just like, just trying to survive. But now you got a better idea of what to expect. So cool.
Okay, I am recording and I'm going to mute everybody. Okay, perfect. So I hope that everybody's Summit hangovers are better. I was struggling. Every year I come home and I feel like I need to sleep for 3 days. But I hope that everybody had an incredible time. And for those of you that were not Summit, I know that the FOMO is real. I get it. I missed Summit 1 year because Nolan was born on Summit, that little toot booger. And I even had the FOMO, and I was like, God, this newborn, God, I was so mad. But we have Leah and LeAnne who are going to give us their Summit takeaways. This is their first time to attend Summit. They both attended as Diamond coaches, and they both had like such a rockin' time. They were just bouncing around all over the place, all over Indiana. So I'm really excited. And you guys can unmute yourself. You have the flow.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Leah. If I didn't meet you at Summit, I look forward to meeting you at Summit next year in 2020. And LeAnne?
Hi, I'm LeAnne. Yes, and same what she just said.
Yeah. Okay. So thank y'all so much for joining us on the call. We're so excited to go over our experience that we had at Summit. I'm still kind of like on a high about it, and I still think about it, and I'm looking at the pictures every day on my phone. So if you have not bought your ticket and you have not thought about going, you need to go. I'm just kind of introducing. I'm starting us off. LeAnne is going to take us through the first day that we got there, and then I'm going to go and talk about the next day and so forth. We might add a little bit of our little 2 cents at the end of each topic. But LeAnne will take it away on our first day there together in Indianapolis.
Yeah, so when we were talking about planning this call, I was like, to me, not going to a Summit before, I wanted to kind of know like the layout of it and exactly all what was entailed. So that's kind of what we're going to do to go through it. So the first day, I have to tell you something though, Leah and I have been working together for almost a year now, or right out of a year. And that first time we met each other was at the airport in San Antonio, flying out Wednesday night. So it's crazy how this business, like, I don't know, it's so weird, but I met her and I was like, I felt like I had met her before in person. So anyways, so we both qualified for VIP day. And so we did that Thursday morning. I know that we're doing it again next year. But I have to say that was one of my main goals, was to qualify for that. And I'm so glad I did. We started off the early morning with a photo shoot downtown Indianapolis. So much fun. That is something that's totally out of my comfort zone. I am not that kind of person at all. Not the kind of person, this is not something, it's my normal life. I teach little kids how to how to sing songs and play instruments. So being in front of a camera like that was kind of out of my comfort zone, but it was so much fun. And then we ended it with a brunch. And honestly, I loved that part the most, because we were able to sit there and just talk business and goals and suggestions and advice from people from people on the team that we don't normally get to see one-on-one in person on a daily basis. So next year, when the VIP days come out, I highly suggest that you push for that and to try to qualify for that, because that, like, starting off Summit with that was just perfect. So that was VIP day Thursday morning.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. So we started off with a bang. So like LeAnne said, make that your goal to qualify for VIP day. You'll get so much out of it. Not just the photo shoot, but it's the one-on-one time with these people you may have not met before you get there. Or it's the advice and the goals. It's just sitting down, having that girl time. And that one-on-one time was really great at brunch. It was phenomenal. And you'll have those pictures for your business and your profile. So definitely worth it. Okay, now I'm going to go over Thursday, right, LeAnne? Thursday night.
Yeah.
Okay, opening ceremony. It's kind of surreal. Like you walk in and you're like, holy crap, all the people. It's like freaking ants just like rolling into the stadium and keep rolling into the stadium. But guys, all walks of life, all different backgrounds, all different ethnicities. You're like, holy crap, all these people are doing what I do. You all get seated. It's a huge, I mean, we're in a huge stadium and it's crazy to even like see the amount of people that are there. I believe, if I'm not wrong, 30,000 people this year. We were kind of like in nosebleed section. So I know LeAnne and I are like wanting to goal ourselves to be on the floor. So that's like 1 star and up. But it was still really cool to see everything. And you get to be the first to hear about all the new products, all the new workout launches, all the things. Obviously, you'll get to hear important people talk about the company, the new products. It was crazy. If you didn't see any of our stories on the new products and programs that are coming out, you need to go check out our highlights because they are amazing and they're going to do so much for your business. But yeah, check those out. And then LeAnne, you're going over the next morning.
So the next morning we had our first live workout. You get the opportunity to register for a live workout with a super trainer. There's different sessions of them.
Oh, LeAnne, I forgot.
What?
Do you have VIP happy hour?
That was before that. Duh. Yes. Okay. You want to go over that?
That was before the opening ceremony. I'm sorry. That was our pink night. We all met at a restaurant and had happy hour, got to mingle. That was really fun. Had some drinks and appetizers. And then we all headed to the opening ceremony together. Sorry. Okay.
Yes. I don't know how we forgot about that. I don't know. But yeah, the live workouts, I know that like, doing them in your living room in your office is one thing, but being surrounded by, I don't know how, we both were able to sign up for the Jericho workout. So we got to do a little sneak peek of Morning Meltdown with her and just being with some people from Team VIP as well. And then I don't know, there's probably over 1,000 people in that room, but feeling the energy and being able to do that was amazing. We had that smaller group kind of live workout one morning, and the second morning was when they closed down the streets of Indianapolis, and we got to do a huge workout. That was that was really cool too. I mean, like thousands of people down the street, all doing the same thing. You might have been like right next to your neighbor trying to do these moves, but that's okay. It was part of the experience. So definitely both versions, both the live workouts were great. The group one, the super trainers cycled through, so you got to do it with multiple of them and not just one. So both of those, and you got your workout in for the day. So both of those were a lot of fun.
Like your adrenaline's like just pumping and then like the super trainer comes out and you're like, oh my God. So they're really exciting. So no matter what super trainer you get to work out with and do the live workout, it's going to be phenomenal. So another good experience. And then the general session again, LeAnne?
The one with the speakers.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rachel Hollis, guys. I know everyone reads her books and listens to her podcast, so we got to hear her speak, and it was amazing. And I don't remember, LeAnne, do you remember the other gal's name? The piano?
Jade Simmons.
She was amazing too. I mean, you're just soaking it all up. There's so much going on, but it's so worth being there. It really makes you think of where you want to be, where you want your business to go. And the motivational speakers really help. And then you're surrounded with people who want the same things that you do. So you're all getting the good vibes anywhere you're at.
Okay. The breakout sessions I call them breakout sessions. And correct me if I'm wrong, from what I understand, this was new, how they did the afternoon sessions from past summits. But it was divided up on where you were in your business. So there was a, coach and emerald group. There was a diamond and 1 star grouping, and then 2 star and above. And that to me personally was actually very cool because it was tailored to where you were in your business and where to go from there, to what you could do to advance from where you were. And within those, you got to hear from so many different coaches as well. And that is one of the things I was going to say as a takeaway, is that there are however many of us doing this business, and there is no right way and there is no wrong way. but just being able to hear the different ways people do it. And it all depends on what's good for you. So we heard lots of different things over Summit, and I took notes over all of them. Am I going to implement every single thing I heard? No. But at least gets me thinking, gives me options to what might work for me and what works for my people, because my people are going to be different than your people just because of who I'm attracting. So having that, like just getting to hear from there were coach after coach after coach in those breakout sessions on stage, giving us different, and they all talked about different things, inviting to your team, your posting, like different things like that. So having those kind of like smaller groupings, but more online of where you are in your business was really cool. And I really hope that that's how they do it again next year. It seems like it went really well, at least from our standpoint. So those are the afternoon breakout sessions.
And if you hear, I don't know if you saw, but what was y'all's biggest takeaway from the general session and Rachel Hollis? Like what you're taking like to put into your business?
LeAnne, you want to go first?
Oh, from Rachel Hollis? I think, okay, so I've read her books. I listen to her podcast. I listen to her Rise Together podcast. So does my husband. So I knew the energy. I knew what she was going to bring. But to me, every time I get from Rachel Hollis, is just the energy behind it and the fact that she pumps me up to know that I can do this. And even though she might be Rachel Hollis, I know she believes in me. And so sometimes having, I don't know, just like I said, the energy and what am I trying to say? The belief that I can do this no matter what it is I'm trying to do. That was to me from her.
Yeah, I've always said I wanted to read one of her books, but we all know, or if you don't know, I cannot read a book. I can't get through a freaking book. I'm like all about audios and podcasts. So when I was able to hear her in person, I was like, why have I not been listening to her podcast? So LeAnne taught me, yes, and I'm going to throw this out there and be like, what? I didn't even know how to work a podcast on my phone. I know it's out there. Okay. But we got it figured out, and I'm going to start listening to her more often, and other podcasts too that y'all have been sharing. But yeah, the energy and the vibes from her, I think for me, hearing some of the other, like the coaches get up there too, we also were able to listen to like a panel of coaches on Beachbody, or like some that are really rocking the business. So we were able to hear where they started and where they're at now, and every story is different. So like LeAnne said, you're going to attract people to you because you're different from me, and we're all different. So sometimes we get in this rut and stuck on like, oh, well, what is she doing in her stories? Or why, what is she posting? I need to post the same thing. Like we kind of have to get out of that. And it made you really realize that when you were there, because it's just going to keep bringing you down and you're going to stress out over it. So listening to all the stories and all these things was really helpful to get on that mindset of just really diving in and focusing on you and your business and what's working for you and implementing different things. Because we always need to try different things. If something's not working and you feel stuck, you got to just try something different.
Real quick, I'm going to just make a note. Kristen McNair posted in the chat one takeaway was from Rachel Hollis is what got you here won't get you there. And I think that's so true. At different points in your business, if you want to make it to that next level, it's going to look different. And I just had a couple notes I just want to make so that if you weren't there, you got to hear it. I think there's like a YouTube video flying around of Rachel Hollis's speech. But one thing that I made note of is you can either keep making excuses or you can change your life. True. And then do you want it, or do you just want to keep saying you want it? And I think Jessica and I both looked at that, because it's like we say we want these things, but then this is the kicker that she got me is, what is it going to get me? What is it going to cost me to get the life I want? And am I willing to do what it costs? So now as I look at my business and I set goals, there's seasons of push. What is it going to cost me? Like for instance, everyone's here on this call right now. It costs you your Sunday evening. For me, it's the chaos of bedtime. My kids are not asleep. Bless my husband's heart, he's handling it. But it's going to cost me being like, babe, can you handle this one? You got this. And am I willing to do what it takes? Because it could be real easy to be like, you know what, Sunday nights don't really work for my family. But I'm here to say, yes, I am willing to sacrifice my Sunday evenings to be here with you. So that's something that's just really been playing on my head this week is like, what's it going to cost me? And I'm willing to do what it costs. So again, we'll try to look for that Rachel Hollis thing because I know it's floating around there somewhere. But those are some really big takeaways from that for me. Okay, y'all keep going.
And one of the other ones I remember that I found in my notes here was her saying that applied knowledge is power, not just knowledge is power, because I feel like that's something we hear all the time, but it's the application of it. And there is so much knowledge in this group and resources for us. And it's there, but unless we act on it, nothing's going to the application of it. And that was another thing too. Sorry, I was going back through my notes here, but that was another one of her. I
know, LeAnne, too. When we were sitting in sessions, we were like, we know most of this, but are we applying it? So that was like, it kind of took us back to that spot. Like, I feel like we already knew this, but like, yes, we took away new things, but it was like, are we applying it every day? Is it my turn?
Yeah, the tailgate party.
Oh yeah, party. Okay, so along with qualifications, the VIP day, that was one. And then they listed some qualifications. When Summit gets closer, y'all need to pay attention to the qualifications to get to these parties because they are phenomenal. I qualified for the Success Club tailgate party, and I was able to take a guest, so I took LeAnne. So guys, we got there and we got out of the Uber. And we stepped out and there's like a drum line. I'm like, oh, that's fancy. Like I was like excited, and we walked in, and LeAnne and I were like the first ones out of our group, like the team to get there that qualified. And we were just like looking around, and we didn't even know where to start. I mean, like free food, like tents of like free drinks, like everything. They gave us customized bracelets. We could put whatever we wanted on them. We were sitting at a table, super hot, and these like random people sat down with us and started talking to us, and there ended up being like what's the word I'm looking for? Corporate Beachbody people. So one was like market VP of marketing. The other was like in charge of Beachbody on Demand. The other one was in charge of like the Beachbody Challenge Tracker app. And they were sitting there asking us questions. Like we were, here we are, like LeAnne and I walk in, like this is our first event, and we're like, okay. And then we sit down, we're like, holy shit, these are corporate people. Sorry, don't know if there's kids on here. But they were so nice and friendly. It was like you really felt appreciated. It didn't feel like work or business, but it was like at the same time, they were just caring and wanting our feedback so they could be better and help us at the same time. Then I know Rachel and Kristen sat with us, and they were able to talk to them too. There was free dessert. There was a live DJ, fireworks at the end. I mean, it was like VIP treatment all over again. So pay attention to those qualifications when they come out for that. I also qualified for a photo op with Super Trainer, so I was able to pick a group to go take a picture with. I went by myself to this one. I think Gilda was another one that was asking about it. I think she did a different group and different day. But they're like celebrities. They have like their bodyguards. I picked the group with Autumn and Joel Freeman, Tony Horton. I picked that one because Autumn, I started with her program when I first started my journey. So it's really cool. And they're awesome people. They talk to you. They're great, and took a picture, and that was really cool. LeAnne and I were sitting at that tailgate, and Joel Freeman was in front of us eating, and we both looked at each other like, is that Joel? We were like so creepy. We were like, is that Joel? Like freaking out. So definitely got a picture with him too. Okay.
The last thing is just the closing ceremony Saturday night. And it was, the whole closing ceremony is all about recognition. They recognize the premier and elite coaches, the top 10 coaches, and the Beachbody Challenge winner, which I've seen that happen before, like on social media. Oh, here's the winner and whatever. But until you're there and you're sitting in the thing and they play the videos and you see the people walk out on stage, their lives are like that blew me away more than anything.
I was crying.
Yeah.
I cried like 4 times during sessions. It was like, okay, Leah, lock it
up. But just seeing and being able to be there and supporting all of our coaches that got recognized on stage that night and cheering for them and seeing them walk across stage too was just so cool. And it was a great way to just end the whole like 3 days we were there. That the closing ceremony was like the cherry on top for everything. So that kind of, Leah, do you want to say anything else about closing ceremony?
No, it was great.
Okay.
So that kind of, so from your business going in, because I know that for Raquel and I, our first summit, it was a dramatic change in the way we moved our business from that moment on, because we were just so unaware. And I think definitely talking to Leah and LeAnne at the tailgate party, And I think that's something that we get caught up in Team VIP, which is why I wanted them to talk about it. They're like, we've heard all this stuff before from you guys on team calls, from the leaders on the team. We've heard it before, but it's so much different when everything clicks because you're at Summit. And then it's just there's something that just changes. So from your perspective, coming in where you were in your business, I think Raquel and I were both diamond-ish. When we went to our first summit, you guys were both kind of in the same position coming in. We may have had a coach or two working on our business, but we definitely were not like blowing it up by any stretch of the imagination. So where you came in, what are you changing in your business because of what the takeaways that you had from Summit?
So first of all, Haley, to answer your question, is Joel really as attractive in person as he is on TV? Yes, he is. For sure.
I have this weird thing about teeth, I will say, and his teeth look different in person. But
I think I kind of do. Okay, but to answer your question, Jessica, so one of the first things I was telling her, and I think I told Leah too, is this just made it seemed so much more real to me. Like what I'm doing is real. I had this conversation with Rachel one night. I've been coaching for 2 years, but actively really pushing in my coaching for probably the past 6 to 8 months. And so she's like, so don't say you've been coaching for 2 years. Just say you've been anyways, that's
a really good statement. If you did not know what she said.
Okay, I can repeat it. Sorry.
Your time in the business does not mean that's how long you've been coaching. So considering yourself like coaching, meaning I'm hitting Success Club. I'm bringing clients onto my team. I'm bringing coaches onto my team. I'm working the business consistently.
Mm-hmm.
And being honest with yourself and saying, okay, maybe I signed up at this time, but my business started.
There's a sign up date and there's a start date.
Yeah.
Sometimes they coincide and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
And when I had that conversation, it was like a gut check because I was like, no, I wanted to say that I've been coaching for 2 years. But I was like, but then I really sat there and thought about it. I was like, let's be honest with me, and I'm going to be honest. And no, not to the extent that I want to be and really pushing how I want to be. And so being there just made all of this seem like this is real. I can do this. There's nothing different between me and the people walking on stage. I mean, there really isn't. When we were at the airport flying home, we were sitting in the restaurant and Leah goes, that's with Kate, right? That was her name, Kate. I'm horrible at knowing names in top whatever, but she retired herself from teaching and she was teaching junior high. So we had a conversation with her in the airport restaurant and getting some advice from her and different things like that. And it's just like seeing her sitting there and I'm like, there is no difference between her and me. Like there really isn't. And so just the whole thing of this is more real. And the fact that I need to let go of the fear and the judgment and all of that because that's what's holding me back right now and has been holding me back. I never thought for the longest time that I could have a team of working coaches under me. I was like, no, I'm just never, no one's going to want to work under me. No one's going to want, but here I am. I went and it just makes the belief in me and in this team so much more. I saw Kristen she said, I already believed in our team, but after Summit, I believed even more in the company itself and the mission. And that's 100% true. It just really, truly opened my eyes to what this business can do for me and my future family and what I don't even know. I'm just kind of babbling because I'm just like, this is just,
No, but that's so good.
Yeah, just stop comparing yourself to others. I mean, you get there and it really makes you open your mind and your eyes. Like she said, anyone can do this. And it's a lot of mindset. It's a lot of saying that, oh, I can't, or I can't get working coaches, or, I won't, I don't think I'll be able to walk the stage. But you cannot think that way because it's not going to happen. And if you feel like something in your business or you're stuck right now, you're going to have to do things differently or else it's never going to go anywhere. So in January, I can say I started consistently working my business. But for me, there was maybe a few months ago, I was like, okay, I need to start doing coach sneak peeks by myself. Because if I don't do them by myself, I'm not going to grow. I can't call Jessica and Mallory every time and be like, hey, can y'all get on a coach sneak peek with me because I have a girl interested. You just can't do that. So if you really want to grow a team, you have to present the business opportunity, but you have to get out of your comfort zone and just try it. Is it going to be weird and awkward at first? Absolutely. My first coach sneak peek, I probably like stuttered. I probably babbled, whatever, but that's, you know, I got over it. That was me. I made fun of myself and I went on, because you're not going to ever grow, and people that want to work with you are never going to be able to see you for you if you keep reaching out to other people trying to get help and trying to, you know, can you run this with me? Can you do this with me? Yes, at first that's okay, but you can't do it like that forever, because where's your team going to go? You're never going to get your own team if you keep doing it that way and the same and not try different things. So that was a huge takeaway for me. And then also, like, right now, me, LeAnne, Haley, and Mallory all run a group together, and that's great. And we've been really awesome at doing that. We still have, we kind of talked about it, but we want to like stay in a push group, but we are going to start branching out and have our own challengers under us, and then make our own PS pages and have our coaches under us. It just makes more sense just to keep going that way, instead of, because that's going to hold you back. And then when you have like more coaches running and it's all gets kind of jumbled. So anyway, that was one thing for me that I want to start doing. And I know we've talked about it and we'll get there. Of course, we're still going to support each other, but we have to grow, and that's the only way we're going to be able to grow.
So true. And you have to, what Leah said is 100% true. And if you're nervous to do it, you have to step out as a leader before you are a leader, because it will force you to become one. Same thing. When Raquel and I ran our first sneak peek, it was awful. It was terrible. But it gets better and better and better. And like, who cares if one person shows up? We had sneak peeks where nobody was on there but current coaches. And we still did them because practice, you know, we had to get better. And you will get better. But you have to, even if you have not one working coach under you, act like you do and run a sneak peek, or, you know, invite to the coaching opportunity, because you can't be a leader until you start acting like one. You can't wait until you have 5 business builders to call yourself a leader, because you're never going to get those business builders without acting like a leader. So you have to put that cart before the horse and just go. Who cares if you totally fail? You'll get better. And just like she said too, they would, if I'm following you on social media, like when you're a brand new baby straight off of the bus, it makes sense. Throw them in with us. Let us lead. Let us kind of get your feet wet for your first 1 or 2 coaches that you're bringing on board. But beyond that, I promise you, they're following you because they connect with you for some reason. They would rather see you stumble than see us succeed, because they're not joining our team. They're joining your team. They're joining the Big Team VIP family and will always be here as their mentor. But if they're joining you as their personal mentor, you've got to lead that way and show them that. They don't know anything about the business. So anything you say is going to sound great. You can fumble it up and they're never going to know. And just have that confidence and belief in yourself, because you're way more ready than you think.
You can always watch the first sneak peek, and you're like, oh, I should have said this, because that's what happened in my first one. And then the next one, I implemented it. And they'll get better and better, and you'll be more confident in sharing them. And those are great ways to present the business opportunity on like a call to action on a poll. You put it out there, you're freaking doing it, people, because you already told the whole world. So that gives you the accountability that, hey, on next Wednesday, 8:30, I'm doing a sneak peek. Here I come.
So I do that all the time. Raquel and I and Laura I will put half the things you see on Team VIP, if you want to be quite honest, I put it out there with no plan of action. I give you a date. I say this is happening. And then behind the scenes, I'm like, well, I should figure that out. And I'm over like fumbling to get it done. But I just put it out there, because if there's a deadline and I've told somebody I'm going to do it, I won't let you down. I'll figure it out along the way. So put yourself out there and it'll happen. Okay, so it's 9:32, but quickly, Mr. Baca, please give us your male perspective. Is it Baca? Am I saying it wrong again? Baca? Correct? Okay. All right. Unmute yourself, sir. Give us your male perspective.
You're going to totally freak him out.
That's
he
all right.
doesn't even know how to do a Zoom call. It's the first time he's done it.
Look, he just turned his video off.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I'm sleeping. I'm unmuting you for you. It's fine.
What did he do?
He's gone. Wait. Okay. Maybe he doesn't know where he went.
Well, while we're waiting, I just want to say thanks for everyone that I was able to chat with and all the advice I got. It was awesome getting to meet every single one of you. And if I didn't get a chance to chat with you, I'll see you in NOLA.
One other thing, thank y'all ladies for sharing this. One other thing that I wanted to remind you is that if you went to Summit this year, what they changed up from previous years is they had tracks. So if you were a coach to Emerald, you had a track. If you hit diamond rank in June, you had a track. And then they had like a 2-star, star diamond and above a track. And that is awesome. So I would encourage you, if you went to Summit and you were on a diamond track and you were like, dang, I know all this, that should be incentive for you to rank advance so that you get the next level training. I absolutely love that they did that because it's constantly growing you as a leader. With that in mind, when Jessica and I first went to Summit that first year, we had no idea what elite, premier, any of the things were. We saw the people down there as elite and we're like, oh yeah, we're going to be that. Unfortunately, we thought we were going to do that at the end of the year, not knowing that it, took a little longer. It was like July and we're like, oh yeah, we'll end this year as elite. No idea what that meant, right? Now we know a little bit more behind the scenes of like what it takes to hit elite. What does that actually look like? But with that said, we are being asked to join up with Lindsay Matway. She's my upline. She's a top earner in the company, and a bunch of the other top 10 coaches. They are going to be running an elite and premier push group. Okay. Wow. They've never done that before, but it's going to be bi-weekly Zoom calls like this and just a push group to teach you what does it look like to end the year as premier. Maybe you're not in a place where you can hit elite, because let's be honest, what you do now sets you up to hit elite next year, just kind of how the business works. But for sure, premier is totally possible. And the qualifications to get in is to be diamond. We start August and we're going to go all the way through December of bi-weekly Zoom calls. When you hit diamond, whether you are a diamond by August 1st or you wait until October to hit diamond, you have access to those groups. So if there was ever a time for you to push and rank advance in your business, you should want to hit diamond anyways, because it puts you at the place to earn maximum team cycle bonus. That should push you, because I always believe that when you're in a group, if you're the highest ranked person, you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong group. So let's get in a group of 15 superstar diamond $1 million earners, people who've been elite for 7-8 years in a row, and let's learn from them. I've been elite 3 times. I'm like, hell yeah, I want to be in that group. So just encouraging you, if you're a diamond, by this week, or actually by August 1st, you'll be invited in. We'll give you the Zoom link. And then when you hit diamond in your business, we will get you added to those as well. Also, one last thing, I know we're all running different. I know a bunch of us have different leaders in our group, different uplines. I know a lot of us are running different diamond push groups. We have a diamond push group starting tomorrow, which is, again, it's a diamond bet. It's a $20 entry. If you're not already in working with your upline coach in a diamond push group and you want to get in, let us know. Message your upline ASAP and we will get you added to that. But building on this momentum with Morning Meltdown 100, coming off Summit, there's so much momentum to be built and so much incentive for you to rank advance that this is the time. Okay, so this is one of those push seasons where it's like, let's do this, let's go, let's build that momentum. So if that's what you're looking for, let us know. But I'm super excited for all the different opportunities that we have to learn and to grow and take it to the next level, because I feel like there's never a level that you like reach the pinnacle. It's like always room to grow and expand. All right. Did we get Mr. Baca back?
I think he's hiding. We'll just have him.
Sorry, he's at a hotel for a conference, and his AC just went out in his hotel room.
That's what they all say, okay, Mom? That's what they all say. Men, when they're in a room with dirty women. Just kidding. I'm kidding. We'll have him do one on the next call.
There he is.
Oh, he's alive.
I'm back. Sorry. Yes.
Okay, give us your quick 2-minute spiel. And now he's frozen.
All right. Sorry, our AC actually went out at our house where our kids are.
Oh, great.
Working. Awesome. Working. Everyone's frozen. Crap.
This may not be working.
Okay, don't worry. We'll let you do it next time.
All right, sounds good.
Yes, because I don't want to stress you out with the AC and the technical. It's too much too soon. I'm sorry. We're mean. But next time we'll start the call with that, so that you can't get scared now. Any other questions? Thank you so much to LeAnne and Leah. I so appreciate you guys coming on here. You guys are fantastic. I hope you have the greatest time at Summit. For everybody that went to Summit, if you're not signed up for New Orleans, get yourself signed up. And I will tell you, make sure to do your hotels in advance because they get booked really quickly and they get really expensive if you try to do it right before Summit of next year. So all the like discounts happen now. Do it.
Yes, what she said, because we didn't get ditto all of that.
If you try to do it next year, it's a pick.
It is.
Okay, thank you guys so much. Have a most wonderful evening. We'll see you on the social. I'll get this recording up. Bye, y'all.